What's really good, everyone? Coming to you today to talk about the life of a famous and well-known comedian and a brief incident that occurred to another well-known celebrity during this incident. So, comedian Ricky Harris's funeral was today, and rest in peace to him, his legacy, and his entire family. I watched a lot of comedy from this individual and many other individuals that spoke very well of Ricky Harris and stuff. I was a fan of theirs and will continually be so because of the respect they showed to a fellow comedian. Now, one of the celebrities that was actually at this get together or at this invitation was Snoop Dogg. And upon Snoop Dogg actually being at this event, it was alleged that an incident prior concerning other details related and not related to the incident caused an individual whom currently has not had their name put out, but was some type of cousin or relative to the individual's funeral, rolled down on Snoop Dogg during the funeral and was looking for drama, basically looking for action, looking for Snoop to throw his hands up, to do something. And the bodyguard intervened actually and got the individual off, but that just made matters more tense. So it started a little brawl of some sort. So, and this is during a funeral, so this is a sad thing to discuss either way. Now, I don't have the details on why this individual chose to approach Snoop Dogg like this, or whether there was a deeper reason behind what they did. But all we know is that they approached Snoop Dogg and started beef and wanted drama, but it didn't escalate to the point of extreme violence before it was dealt with. But it did, however, escalate to a very violent turn of events that put a damper on the funeral and kind of changed the atmosphere and mood. Now, today, my whole vision is not to talk about the death of this individual or even address the fact that conflict happened at a funeral. What I want to talk about is respecting those around us before they go. A lot of times we live life and we live it to the point where we never get the chance to properly acknowledge all the life around us. So we're so caught up in our life that the lives around us go unnoticed. And the only way we notice them is when we need them. So I'm using this video to kind of reach out to some people whose mentality may be to cause pain, that may be to destroy, that the best years of your life will be building something worthwhile that reflects the legacy you aim to leave behind, or choose unwillingly or unwittingly to leave behind. And that's my whole visual on this incident. Snoop Dogg, an excellent artist, always the type of guy that goes out of his way to pop up with other artists that are on the rise. We've seen his come up. We've seen him from a young age when it was just him and Dre, dang near to the NWA days. Right after that, when Dre and him linked up to make music, all the way through the Death Row days. So we've seen Snoop represents a large part of musical history. And when you think of it that way, there are many people that can have beef with Snoop for many reasons, because living that long in the industry, you tend to make enemies. And these enemies aren't always another rapper. These enemies most times will be executives and producers and company affiliates rather than another rapper. And sometimes that could cause another MC to target you because their affiliations with the hateful producer or director or executive. So there's many different factors that can play into the abrupt hatred that came Snoop's way. Not even saying he deserved it, but there's many different ways that this type of drama could play out and present itself. And that's one of the things I wanted to target first and foremost, that there is a reason behind this situation more than likely. But for us to understand the reason, it's probably going to be deeper than we could understand. When you have artists and MCs that have been around so long, a lot of hatred and things build off of their success and the person they've become. So there's no way to measure their level of hate, nor if hate truly exists for this person. So we can just assume if someone has millions of fans, they got a couple thousand haters. And that's usually how it works. So with that being said, and no true details being given out of why such a path was taken to address Snoop Dogg, who's a celebrity and well-known figure to many people, in a violent manner, it has to be more to it than meets the eye. That's just the normalcy of it. We don't know what words were exchanged behind the scenes. We don't even know if words were exchanged. But we do know that an individual's funeral was going on at that time. A very good individual. And a situation like that was very disrespectful to his legacy. It was very disrespectful to everything he represents. Whether or not there was truly beef and a person should or shouldn't have been there, the end of the day, all that matters is that we're here to celebrate this person's life and not worry about drama in the midst of this person who everyone can say that they cared about and had respect for, to show up to their funeral. There's a lot, I think, that implicates just bad character behind this whole incident. And, you know, to celebrities, as celebrities, I want to say, like, I feel like the spotlight is on them. So his reaction would have been everything about the situation. So if he got approached by the gentleman and Snoop Dogg took it to the point of gunplay outside, everybody would have been looking at Snoop Dogg like an enemy, whether or not his life was in danger. So that's the one thing I want to put out there too, before everyone goes judging the situation and blaming Snoop Dogg for the whole thing. Like, you got to remember, if he would have did something, his whole reaction would have set the tone. But he kept it together and stayed respectful throughout the funeral. And I have a lot of respect for him as a man for being able to take it the extra mile, but not, and realizing the power he holds and the importance of just I'm gonna say admiring it and keeping it special, and only being active when necessary, and not letting his anger and his pride take him to a place where words couldn't be forgiven for it. You know, they were at a funeral. For him to make another funeral at a funeral would have been crazy, and definitely posted everywhere on Snoop's character. But he played it calm, cool. He got out of there, showed his respect to Ricky Harris the way he should have. So I have nothing but admiration and respect for the way he handled the situation. And, you know, to the gentlemen and stuff that are approaching during the funeral, there's better times to address things, even if it's a family-related issue. The only way I could see someone being addressed is if you were addressing someone who was the murderer at a funeral of someone. Then a funeral, I guess, being interrupted would kind of make sense, because you know someone's there and they're not there to pay their respects, but yet to disrespect everything that a person stood for. So that's a different situation. But I'm kind of confused what was so urgent to address or walk up on a person about drama during a funeral. You know, and it just shows the lack of training that needs to be referenced. They need better training and better techniques to keep themselves under cool. You know what I mean? Because you got the opportunity of a lifetime. You can't be messing the opportunity of a lifetime up by just letting yourself be a fool to circumstance and just allowing incident to basically encourage you to destroy your character, or put proof of defamation on your own self by acting out of pocket. So I have a lot of respect for this MC for handling himself and respecting the man being laid to rest. And I just hope that better ethics and better mentality could come to those who couldn't find the strength to stay civil during a funeral. So, you know, rest in peace to Ricky Harris. All respect to Snoop Dogg. I wish well of the individual that approached them in the funeral. And I just hope that all individuals, whether they were black men or what have you, whatever race they were, find it in themselves to better take steps to further the culture that they represent. So to further the view and destroy the stereotypical nature that's typically given to a black man and becoming better people and acting how you should. So all respect to those involved, all respect to all parties. I look forward to seeing more information on it, and I'll have it posted up and leave it for everyone to comment and check out. Like, share, subscribe, always share the information and let me know what you think. Even if it's adverse, let me know what your thoughts are on the situation. With that said, I'm gonna have content up tomorrow, daily content, always bringing it to you live. And all I want to say, share, subscribe, all rights reserved.